Hello, this is Shawnee C and welcome to my playthrough of Nox. So Nox came out 20 years ago and it's an action RPG and that makes me feel super old. So I remember playing this when I was a young kid and it was awesome. The game's still fun today and we have three main characters to choose from. The warrior being, obviously, everyone knows what a warrior is, but he can't cast magic so he doesn't have a mana bar. Whereas these the wizard and the conjurer both rely on mana, which means we're going to spend a lot of time in the game stuck by these mana crystals which recharge your mana. It's not too annoying. Each character does play through quite differently. You start off in the same place, but I think you ultimately end up in the same sort of final sort of mission. But yeah, the game will play massively different. So I think for my first character, I will play through on the conjurer, and I'll show you the game through the conjurer's eyes. Let's have a look. It's got a interesting premise at the start where you get stuck. Well, we'll see. There you go. Here's our character. Excuse me, I've got a new keyboard with some buttons down the side, and apparently the buttons down the side is how I tell my little pinky where my fingers are. So every button that I keep pressing is one to the left of where it normally should be, which is quite annoying. Again, it's hard to reset 25 years of having that as your sort of guide. This isn't important.
When following your destiny's particular path, the way of the conjurer, a discreet and undetected arrival is more often the best policy, lad. Here, at the abandoned manor mines, you'll find a tunnel which takes you into the very heart of the village of Ix. Once there, you must find the master conjurer of Ix, Aldwin. I'll bring you no further, lad. Too many prying eyes the closer we get by air to the village of Ix. Follow the tunnel which leads to Ix. Find my old friend Aldwin. He'll help you if he can. Take this staff. Forest beasts will heed its bite should they threaten. Careful as you go, lad.
So there we go. We've been dropped off by this guy in his magical air balloon. So I'm guessing you've got a good grasp of what the story is in this game. Yeah, me neither. So I think there's actually like a little cutscene that you can watch, but this dude's watching his TV and he gets sucked into the TV and now he's here. So yeah, it's an isometric RPG, but it's got this sort of cool fog of war where you can't see, as far as I can go, but it's quite cool. So some health, cool little signs that tell you what to do. So yeah, eating food, and we can press X to do that, and it'll do the best food first. So I've got an apple, but a bit of steak's better, so it'll munch through the better food first. Or I am going to play with the minimap. Whoa. Caution, unstable passage ahead. Oh dear. See, obviously this is the sort of hybrid. Uh-oh. Oh, there you go, RIP. So this is the hybrid character, so we're going to be doing, we're hitting with our staff and our bows when we get them, as well as, some of the minions, which we'll be able to actually get bears later on to help us out as well. I think it is quite a fun way to play the game. I don't actually remember how long the game is. It's been actually quite a long time. You need to be hitting quite quick. I don't know if that's good or normal. Okay. Aha, so our first spell. Collect spell wants to gain new spells. Okay. Pixie Swarm. These are quite cool. So Conjure Swarm with Pixies surround you and attack when it's nearby, so you can precast this. Some of these spells, like for some reason I remember them. Like I first played this when I was like, what, 10 years old? No, actually it's more like 12, 11, I don't know. But I still remember some of the spells. I think Estor is lightning, FYI. So yeah, you cast a spell. Obviously we can't cast it, and then your mana goes down. But there's these mana crystals around the game which are placed periodically. Here you go, they'll probably tell us anyway. Standard, the mana crystals recharge, yeah. So you shouldn't run out of mana too much, but if you do, we will get potions as well. Use water douse flames. I mean, look at this. Oh, mechanics. So there's secrets. They're usually pretty obvious. Break rules. So you can see on the little mini map here as well. There's a little point going off there, which lets us know that anyway. So unfortunately, it is worth breaking down all the barrels because you get some goodies in there sometimes. And I say unfortunately because it knackers your durability of your weapon, which is never good. So you can't. I don't know if I can see that. I don't think we can see the durability of the weapon. Why did I get on that screen before? No, it'll just go like sort of amber and then red once it's getting knackered, and we'll have to repair that in town, which can be quite expensive. Where did our pixies go? So yeah, if you have these little dudes hovering around you, like I say, you can precast it, and that they'll just go and auto attack anyone they see. So that little dude there, yeah, RIP. They can be absolutely a pain in the ass. They're like these little imp dudes. They're so easy, but they just can be so troublesome. Cool. I used to find these little like layers quite cute when I was little. Jump over. Oh yeah, forgot we could do that. So spacebar to jump. Nothing else in there. Abilities are running out if I don't use it. Oh. This is forcing us to play with this mechanic again, which I'm obviously quite proud of. You don't have to do it too many times in the game, but you do have to use it sometimes. There we go. Yeah, let's jump it. Let's have a look. I've been playing a hell of a lot of Path of Exile recently, so it's. But I play with my mini-map here, which I know some people hate, but it's actually proving quite natural for me to look over here for my map, but it'll be fine. Ooh, that's a heal. So with this as well, you can do this, and that will heal someone else, as if you've got a companion or someone that's following you around for a quest or whatever. But if you can do it for this, nah. So that can't be cast external. It just cast it passively like that all the time. It's pretty easy mode though, because obviously it just auto targets, and these weak enemies will just die every time to that first time. And you can level them up as well, so that is power. I'm pretty sure you can level them up. Ooh. Oh, there you go, secrets. And that has actually proved quite good. Because we've got our first bit of armour. Which is, yeah, it's going to be better than our t-shirts. Oh no, it's as well as. So yeah, obviously this guy will wear leather armour, the warrior ends up playing full plate, and then the wizard is wearing cloth. So it's it doesn't really break the mould, but it is quite fun. I can't think of any other games that are quite like this, if I'm honest. I mean, even these graphics now, I'd happily take a brand new game today that had these graphics. I think they look fantastic. I just love this, personally. I love this sort of view of games. Lots of secrets here. I want to keep an eye on these little pixies and see if they do disappear. I think they are periodically disappearing if I don't get... Oh no. I haven't killed anything with my staff yet, other than barrels, which is fine. I'll always, oh maybe not, but I will always explore off the beaten track in this game, because there is quite cool stuff you can find usually. It is for the most part lineal. Well, not for them. It is lineal essentially, but the maps you can go different ways, which again, and there's areas that you can find if you do a little bit of exploration, which is quite cool. Pretty sure I found the silver key. Yep. Come over there. I had a feeling I found the silver key anyway. I guess not. Let's have a look further. This will be the silver key, won't it? Brilliant. I thought I quickly picked it up earlier on. Right, so yeah, at the minute we sort of already don't have a clue what the story's about, so hopefully we'll find some more out. I don't think this story is that compelling in the game, but it is pretty cool. Ooh, armbands. Which way do we need to go? I think it must be down that lift down here. Well, I feel like did we come up here? Yeah, okay, so it's very much a tutorial of the game, and I've managed to get stuck. So, enjoy the rest of the game. I feel like to get a key to come from here, this must have been somewhere we needed to go, but... Or maybe that's now operated the lift? Yeah, okay. So that's made the lift work. At least we're not stuck, which would be embarrassing. So that looks like it could have been a secret, but I think it's just a window, potentially. I don't know. Oh. La 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 la. I do like the music in the game as well. It's pretty cool. Like I say, I mean, I don't know much about game devs, but this is obviously by Westwood Studios, which is quite interesting because, like I say, they're famous for games like Command and Conquer, and this does not look anything like Command and Conquer. So I don't know if it was like a different part of the team, but that's pretty cool.
A fine tavern is straight ahead. An excellent respite after so long a journey.
Ah, welcome to Ix, stranger. If you're here for the mayor's archery contest, go on in.
That sounds like a good point for us to get our bow.
What is your goal, do you remember? Aldwin is your goal. You cannot undertake your sacred conjurer studies without him. To find Aldwin in a village of conjurers might require getting to know the village better, so it knows you, so to speak, eh? It wouldn't hurt to get to know the mayor, since you need his permission to leave Ix when you're ready to go. But above all, keep your mind on the goal, lad. Aldwin. Find Aldwin.
For some reason I feel like I've missed something. He's talking about the goal there, but I don't remember getting a brief. I'm fairly sure I didn't click through any videos at the start. Perhaps I did. But yeah, I don't remember that.
Your gold is always welcome here.
Bit pesty, didn't he? Oh, he's happy with my sneakers. So there's a few bits we can buy here. I probably won't bother for the minute. We'll probably find some of this stuff quite early anyway. Yeah, see, we can repair our staff, and that's up to... Yeah, it doesn't cost a lot, does it? So, like, that's a flimsy staff. That's how stuff tends to be. We'll all start off as flimsy, then it'll start getting more grand. And you do get quite cool magic gear in the game, to be fair. Right, let's see if escape works. Yes. Oh.
Greetings, citizens of Ix. I come bearing gifts for the future subjects of my queen, Hecuba.
So this guy is, yeah, he's the winch sort of henchman of Hecuba. She's the main bad guy in the game, and this guy's going to bother us throughout. This is where you hit him. You don't watch at this point. Oh, this guy's he's going at it. Okay, so
Are you entering the archery contest? If so, you'll need your own bow and an entrance fee of 20 in gold.
okay, my own bow. Does this guy have a bow to sell, or is it just clothes?
Welcome. New here, aren't you? Your money is still good with me.
500. So we can't afford the bow. So hopefully we'll find one. Let's have a look. The towns are quite small, but they're quite cool, and people don't seem to mind you robbing them blind, which is good.
No doubt you're here for the archery contest. I've got a
There's
real
a bow.
nice bow for sale. Since I like your face, I'll let it go for one. There you go.
So obviously this guy is clearly dodgy. That's clearly a stolen merchandise, but there's not a lot of sort of role-playing options and stuff like that. So we're quite happy to just buy that off him. Saved us 400 gold, so... So we're just going to rob the place blind, a bit like Link does, just goes into people's houses and starts smashing down the barrels. So yeah, I was saying, obviously pressing escape, the last game I was playing through was Arx Fatalis, and if you press escape in that, in a menu, it doesn't come out of the menu, it just goes straight to that menu, and it's so frustrating because you sort of take it for granted in newer games. If you press escape, that'll just bring you out of the sort of menu structure that you're in. Alright, I've got my bow.
Are you entering the archery contest? All right.
Let's do it.
Huh? I'm today's contest judge. Today's best score is 8 out of 10 hits on the target.
Easy.
You need at least 9 to win. Each entrant gets a quiver with 20 arrows. This one is
Easy.
yours.
I think you literally
Ready,
just...
set, begin.
You literally just do that. Click. So if you give this game a play and you fail this, yeah, you're probably going to find the game quite difficult, or probably any game ever difficult. Perfect score. Come on. If I make a mistake here, I'm going to have to go ahead and re-record this.
Congratulations to our new champion archer.
Yep, boy. Ah, oops, sorry. So go in and just keep repeating that. Huh?
Did you see where the necromancer went? He couldn't have just vanished.
It was there.
That necromancer just vanished before my very eyes.
These thumbnails are so funny. Hello,
Sorry,
wench.
I don't talk to underlings.
Jeez.
So, what's the good word?
He looks jovial. What have we got here? Chorbury Scroll. So obviously, it sounds like our quest at the minute is to go find the lead conjurer. So obviously we're a conjurer, but we've got no animals. So once we get that ability, we can buy these scrolls from people like this, and that means we'll be able to then tame these creatures. I think tame or just summon them blind from our spellbook, which is quite cool. But I think for the most part, we will find them out in the world, so you needn't buy them. For the most part, we'll soon find out if that holds true. Again, it's been quite a few years since I played the game. I have played it since I was a lot younger, because again, it is a fun game, and every now and then it's one of those games that you just feel the need to play again. Or, like I often do, if I can't bother to play, I don't have time, I'll just watch someone else play on YouTube, like I am doing now. I'm just going to go ahead and just explore this parts of the town. I think I need to head sort of like, let's call this north. I need to head north to go to where I need to be. Looks like there's a conjurer right there, actually. Magical well. Ah, mana. Nice. Well, I need it right now. Yeah, see, I don't know who any of these houses are, but I'll happily loot them quite blind. So I think this is the magic shop. Yeah, he looks magic.
We sell only the highest quality in goods, and we have Aldwin the Master Conjurer's highest approval.
He's got a couple of spells. Again, we're not going to invest in them yet. We don't need them. The game, I think the game does get quite difficult. Like you can get quite easily 1 or 2 shotted towards the end of the game, but the start certainly isn't.
Stay out of trouble, and you won't ever have to see the inside of one of these cells.
That is some moustache. Again, we've just robbed half the town blind, so we're not following his advice, and we've already purchased stolen goods. Okay, I've already been there. Oopsie. Looks like there's a bit we've not been in down here. I'll just go loot that. And then we'll go speak to the druids. Oh, apple. Brilliant. Oh, last house.
It's a disaster. Spiders are Mayor Theogrin's greatest fear, and a swarm has nested in his study. He's locked himself away and won't come out till the spiders are gone. A conjurer named Aldwin lives outside of town to the east. We need him to charm the spiders and liberate our besieged mayor.
Alright, cheers, Wingnut. Let's go try and find... We've got a similar goal. There we go.
Back. I'll handle this. I make a good living charming wolves. Huh? Greetings. My name is Henrik. I charm and tame the local wolves
Conjurer
to keep
goals.
the countryside safe for travelers.
I think you can buy wolves off him as well.
I heard about the necromancer that made a surprise visit in town. Very odd, since necromancers have not been seen for nearly 50 years now. Dark times ahead for all of us if the necromancers have returned.
Indeed.
Greetings. My name is Henrik.
Okay, you're on a cycle there. And maybe it's not for the conjurer, but I'm pretty sure you can buy wolves off that dude, maybe with like the warrior or something like that. We'll speak to him later on. Not that we're going to need to, because we're going to get our own wolves. Ah! It looks like that fish is flying.
Sorry, mate. The bridge is washed out.
Sorry, mate.
Only way across the stream is there, through the urchin den. But if you choose that route, mate, keep your guard up. The urchin stole my best boots when I was bathing. If you bring them back, mate,
fucking fair
damn
dinkum.
fine spell.
It's a random fucking Aussie. That's so random, actually, if you think about it. Alright. Pesky imps. And I think, actually, I remember when the game first came out, I bought it... how did I buy it? I mean, I was so young. I think I must have been like 11 or 10. And I was still in primary school. And I think it was a really sunny summer, and I installed the game, and then I had to go to like school for like a sports day or something like that, and I'd got to like this point, and I think my mum was like, right, come on Sean, you've got to go to school now, to the sports day, and I did not want to go outside. I just wanted to play this game because I was just like, oh look, they've got like tiny beds, they've got magic, but unfortunately I got dragged out of the house. But now I'm a grown-ass man, so I can play as much games like this as I want. Goals. See, so when you play as the warrior and you versus these little dudes, I can tell you that running around chasing them, in fact we're about to get in that point now because we've got no mana, so we're going to have to play chase the imp. Urchin, should I say. But you will notice they've got quite good ballistics, so if you're running this way, they will telegraph it. You've got to really try and dupe their shots. Not that they do a lot of damage, but if you're running, they will throw it with a lead on it, so they will hit you. They are a good shot. So if I just keep running in the same direction, oh, proving myself absolutely wrong here. Or maybe I'm accidentally juking, just can't help it. Alright. Also we've got passive mana regen, which is good. Well, I just chugged my mana pot, so that was a waste, but let's have a look. Why is that not changing? Mana, what do I want? Yes, passive mana regen, that's cool. It's not very high, but I thought it was completely zero, so that's alright. Nom 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 nom. So if you pick up food like that and you've got a bit of health loss, you will just munch it up. Ooh. Let's just have a quick look at the health. Oh, I've got full health. Let's see if our health regens in the same way. I know, obviously, this guy can heal himself, and there's sometimes you'll find, obviously, the mana crystals, which will slowly recharge. So you can effectively keep healing yourself, but I know when you play like the warrior, sometimes you can get it because he can't heal. You can get in a situation where you're literally running around scrounging for food because you've took a lot of damage, and that potentially that won't happen because I'm a big boy now and I'm hopefully a bit better at games. But it used to be quite hard when I was a kid. I know that for sure. Shit, I think that's better than oh well, anyway, we'll try fit in with the people because that t-shirt's not really cutting it. Easy mode. Yeah, so you can only hold 9 of these, and obviously in your inventory this will go on forever, but you can't have multiple stacks. So 9, that's us appled out, no more apples. Quite interesting music down here. Sounds very like, I don't know, Arabian or something like that, I don't know. Or like something from like Aladdin. Not what I'd expect imps to have. Ah, okay. So we can get some of these bad boys on our team. So, yeah, so there's our spells in our spell book, which is down here. And that's just your sort of beastry of what critters you can summon in. Cowardly rock-lobbing denizens of the world beneath. Urchins are best experienced face to face. Right. I think we have the key to the storeroom here, which is good. So we'll go there in a sec to fully loot it out. That's where we're getting a bit pretty knackered from hitting all these chests. Aha. Okay, so we'll go back and loot the storeroom. Oh, gold. Didn't see that. It's quite important to collect all the gold in the game as well, because I'm pretty sure you don't need to, surely. But in town, there does tend to be you can't, if you picked up absolutely everything and sold absolutely everything, you still couldn't buy everything at town. So you do have to make compromises here and there. So obviously the more money you do find, the more cool gear you can get. I'm actually making this look hard. I'm trying to get over to that little secret door there. Not secret door, the locked door. That's what it is as well. So, yeah, that dude was asking for his boots back to give us a key. So we can comply. I swear there's a staff. There's a staff in here. Okay. For some reason I had it in my head that it was a staff, and if it was, I was like, wow, that's some good memory. Or maybe that's just normal memory, but that for me that feels like it's good memory. Ah. Wasn't as obvious, but you can sort of see the rocks are a bit crumbly. A little bit easier to spot on this stone walls. Jumping faster? Nah, I don't think so. But it does lock your trajectory, so it's probably not worth jumping everywhere. Which I like. I hate games where the random little roll or dodge or jump is just slightly faster, because all you get to hear is yeah. You got your boots. I guess that means we can go speak to this dude up here first, actually. So... Cemetery. It's a troublesome place, and the Temple of Ix. And before we go into this house, we will check behind his house. That's what you do in this game. Tree stumps are apparently the old school chests in this game. You will find a lot of loot in there. Ah.
Greetings. I am Master Conjurer Alduin, and you are sent by the captain, eh? Well, there is indeed room for one more apprentice, but you must pay 30 in gold for your charm creature spell. Do you accept my offer?
That is cheap.
Very well. This book has a spell to charm creatures. The scroll is a field guide to spiders, which allows you to charm them. You must stay nearby when charming a creature. If you move too far away before the charm has set, it will break the spell. Once a creature, take the elevator down to the cellar, then find a tunnel which leads directly to the magic shop in town. You will encounter scores of spiders down there. Practice your new spell on them.
Oh god. Hope there's no arachnophobes here, because we're going to be facing a lot of spiders. Ooh. That's a proper adventurer cloak. Well, it's flimsy. So, let's test this spell again. That we can't do internally. That is only outward. Ah. I shouldn't have cast that, because that's going to kill the first spiders that we see, and I want to try and capture one. Bloody pixies. I don't think I can cancel them either. But he did say there was scores of spiders, so hopefully we'll find more. So, when you cast this spell, so I'm going to have to kill one of these, because you're vulnerable to attack while you're channeling it, and depending on the ferocity of the creature, that taming process, or whatever process, takes longer. So obviously he's probably one of the weakest enemies we can get in the game, and you have 4 slots. What does these do? Escort. Okay, so we can get him to go just hunting, which is quite interesting, because you can get him to clear out levels while you do other stuff, and banish. So some creatures take up all 4. Some take up 2, and obviously these guys take up 1. But these are pretty trash. But that's all we got at the minute, so let's take them. And bite all our foes with 1,000 bites. Although they've only got 1 HP, so if they get 1 hit, they're dead. Get them, boys. There you go. And that's what it... Ah! That didn't... In a 4v2, they all died. So they are trash. There's no point doing them in a minute. I just wanted to show you the animations and stuff. Yeah. Getting that experience though. I can't remember what experience actually does in this game. It sounds like a stupid thing to say. Oh, they do use a lift. Yeah, I forgot about that. Oh, bugger. And obviously Hello. Do you realise your basement is absolutely infested with imps and rats?
We use only the
Spiders,
best
I say.
ingredients for our wares, which come from the furthest corners of the land.
Again, not too interested in these just yet. We'll look at picking these up later. So.
Thank goodness. A conjurer.
Hey, I let you spoke to you 2 minutes ago and I wasn't a conjurer, but you've recognised me now for my true self.
Go on inside. The mayor is still held up in his chambers.
Finally, a conjurer has come to my aid. These cursed arachnids are worse than the pox. My guard tried to kill them, but they keep coming back. My only hope is that you somehow charm the spiders and drive them out. The spiders are in my study, there, through the double doors. Please, be careful.
Coward. Oh. Did we do it? I think we did it. That was a big spider. I think we need a separate skull for the spider.
You did it? They're gone?
Coming out, dude. Hey, so we dinged, so... Yeah, I'm not sure what that actually does for us. If I'm honest. There's no sort of leveling or skill tree. Maybe it just increased our base stats. Question is, can I remember what we had in the first place? Yeah, okay, so I'm pretty sure our mana was 78, so it's gone up to 85, and our health is assumedly going to go up. We'll keep an eye on that. I'll absolutely forget, but we'll try to keep an eye on it. What's up, dude? I freed you.
Brave conjurer, my deepest thanks. You are worthy of your new title. The guards will be informed that you are now free to come and go from Ix as you please.
Hey.
Take this gold as payment for your service. I insist.
500 Gs. So, I just remember that being like quite far into the game when I was playing it as a kid. Obviously, we've smashed that out in half an hour now. So, I hope you've enjoyed the first look at the game. I'm going to leave the videos at about half hour in length, just so that you, don't have to spend all day watching them. But if you enjoyed the video, we're going to go further on and get a bit more gear now. We'll hopefully find a few better summon scrolls. So, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.